This is my Exam Ready Now GPT, and I'm treating the conversation starters as sample apps or use cases. Treat these like prompt templates. So to get the conversation started, you can select if you're needing a practice test generated or if you're needing more help with building a flow. I've got a flow expert advisor here, a flashcard generator, as well as a checklist generator topic extraction from the exam guides. So I'm going to do practice test generator. Once you click that, that actually prompts the actual prompt behind the scenes or the conversation starter. And once again, treat this like a template. You can always revise this to fit your own needs, but this is structured. Given a lot of thought to this as far as how this should be structured. So it's asking, great, let's get started with your practice test and which Salesforce certification would you like questions to be generated for. I intend for this to be conversational and to question and be interactive, so it's not giving you too much at one time, but then it starts to follow down a path once you identify the certification you're wanting to generate a practice test for. Now it's searching the knowledge that has been uploaded and trained. This is my own data that I've extracted from my own content, as well as Team Trailhead's exam guides that they've created for all the different Salesforce certifications. So one of the core steps that it does is it extracts all the topics from the different knowledge areas of the exam. And now it's telling me that thanks for selecting the admin exam. Based on the outline, I'll generate a mixture of scenario-based and multiple choice and multiple select questions covering different knowledge areas. Please let me know how many questions you would like for your practice test. Remember, the larger the number, the greater the variety of topics we can cover. So you could say 1 or 2, or just give me the questions for the first knowledge area, or give me a complete test and see if it can come up with the 60 questions with the proper number for each based on the weighting. So I'm going to try that. All right, so what I've done is I've prompted asking it to give me a full test of 60 questions, but before giving those to me, to list the number of questions for each knowledge area based on the weighting. And then it should give me the first question, and then when I answer, it should tell me if I've got that correct or not and provide guidance as well. Bearing in mind that you can ask for more complex scenario-based questions if you feel like it's too easy. So here are the list of the 7 different knowledge areas on the admin exam, the number of questions based on the weighting for each. It also gives you the weighting for that knowledge area. And now for the first question scenario, your organization wants to implement a new security measure to track changes in the system setup. Which feature should you recommend for this purpose? Would it be session settings, setup audit trail, login hours, or organization-wide defaults? So I'm going to guess B. That would be setup audit trail. And so now it should tell me how I did on that question. Or you could have it give you the score at the end. So it's saying correct, setup audit trail explains how that works and gives you greater details around that. So now on to the next question. So you're not sitting and having to wait for all 60 questions to be generated, and you can do these one at a time. And so second question, Object Manager Lightning App Builder. Scenario, you need to create a new custom object for project management purposes. This object should have a direct relationship with the standard account object, ensuring that when an account is deleted, all related project records are also deleted. Which relationship type should you use? I'm going to say master detail. And you can also provide feedback if you feel like the wording is incorrect or they've got the name of something incorrect. You can always change that as well and give feedback, and ChatGPT will train on that information. And as the owner of this GPT, I cannot see your chat history, and so that is not visible to me, but I do allow for ChatGPT to train on your feedback. So you don't need to email me your feedback. You can enter that into the interface here. So that was correct again. Master detail relationship is correct. And so for example, question 3, I can say I would like an easier scenario-based question, a little more concise or more verbose and more challenging. So here we've got a scenario of your sales team wants to effectively track and manage leads from initial capture through conversion. They want to ensure leads are automatically assigned to the correct sales representative based on specific criteria. Which feature should you configure to meet this requirement? I'm going to say B for this one, and so far we've had the letter B for each, but let's see if this is correct. And so it's going to go ahead and generate the 4th question, but I'm going to ask it to analyze so far how we're doing with the first 3 questions. The correct answer being B 3 times in a row, further coach it to avoid that as well. And so I'm saying here that I've noticed the first 3, the correct answer was B, so moving forward, let's try to have an even distribution between different letters as well as multiple select and multiple choice. And so far we've just had multiple choice, no multi-select. So I'm asking it to also provide greater variety as far as not only the letter but the type of questions or answer types. And it should specify how many you should select if it's multiple select as well. I might add that's part of the training of this. see what it does with that information and see if it does represent or represent question 4 or rewrite it, and see if it does the correct answer as a different letter, as well as if it does multiple select this time. And it is doing a multiple select. Thank you for your feedback, it's saying. And so the scenario, and it's telling me the knowledge area here, service and support applications is the knowledge area for this question. The scenario is to improve case management efficiency. Your organization wants to implement a series of automated actions when a case is created. Which 2 features should you use to automate these actions? And so here, this may require some further training. I have instructed the GPT not to mention workflow rules or process builders since they've been retired, but that still does slip in sometimes. So you can also train it further, say never mention process builder or workflow rule. And unfortunately, I've hit my limit. So we'll stop there. And this is my own personal Pomodoro timer by way of the GPT limits every 4 hours. And so I'll stop this recording, but I wanted to share a glimpse of my brand new GPT. Try it out. I'll provide that in the link down below as well.